Welcome to episode 1 of our ingredient deep dive series. This is our series where we're going to be going through single ingredients and we're going to be talking about flavor profiles, flavor pairings, different ways to use the ingredient, and other fun facts that are good to know for when you're cooking with it. Today we're going to be highlighting parsley and we're going to make chimichurri, salsa verde, and gremolata. I chose parsley as the first ingredient because it's very versatile, but I also feel like it doesn't get enough credit for the value it brings to the party. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the stems off. You can use the stems. They are a little bit more bitter. They're definitely edible. Like, you are more than welcome to take a little bite. It's just not really for me. Some of the common notes that you'll see associated with parsley: peppery, grassy. It's got a little bit of lemon oil, so it's a little citrusy, and it goes really well with a lot of different flavors. Almost every single region has their own way of using it. If I had the ingredients for tabbouleh, I absolutely would make tabbouleh. That's a Middle Eastern salad that parsley is the main ingredient. Other ingredients are there to complement parsley, where in a lot of dishes, parsley is the complement to other flavors. This dish really highlights parsley being the main character and the other ingredients are the supporting actors. Because of parsley's flavor profile, it pairs really well with other herbs. It brings a lot of freshness to dishes, which is why you'll see it paired with ossobuco, braised meats, really heavy dishes, fats such as olive oil and butter, and it really goes well with brine, so capers, anchovies, olives, as well as acids such as lemon juice and vinegar. This could have been done in probably 5 seconds in a food processor, but honestly, I think it's kind of relaxing. When it looks like this, you're good to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this up into 3 different bowls. All right, we're going to start with the gremolata. When I zest any citrus, I like to zest it this way to keep an eye on the pith, which is a spongy tissue underneath the rind. It's very, very bitter, so you want to avoid it when you're doing zesting, so you only get the colorful part. To that same bowl, we're going to grate 1 small clove of garlic. Now let's give that a good mix. And this is meant to be dry, so we're not going to add any oil to this because a lot of times this is served on top of a really rich, heavy dish. So think of like an ossobuco or another braised meat. This is really, really good on top of that because all of those sharp, fresh, bright flavors help cut through the fat and the richness of the meat. Earlier in this episode, I called out acid and brine as being good pairings for parsley, which is why I thought it was perfect to highlight the salsa verde from Italy. The key ingredients here are parsley, lemon juice, capers, anchovies, and olive oil. Do not skip the anchovy. Anchovy adds an amazing briny flavor to this that you really can't get from anything else. If you absolutely hate anchovies, you can leave it out, but I encourage you to try it. This recipe also calls for raw garlic, which is very, very strong and very, very pungent. That's why it's important for all the components in this dish to work together. So you have the acid from the lemon juice with the freshness of the parsley, the briny saltiness from the capers and the anchovy, and the fat from the olive oil really coming together to make a cohesive sauce. I recommend serving this with a grilled steak, a grilled chicken, a roasted bronzino, a pan-seared cod. It's also really great on pizza, and it really brightens up vegetables. The third sauce we're going to make is chimichurri, which is from Argentina. So it's similar to the salsa verde we made from Italy, but it has some chili flakes for spice, and it has a little bit more acid by using a vinegar. And another key component here is the oregano. So you can use fresh or dried. Both are great in this, and this is really, really great with beef. Now you know how to make gremolata, salsa verde, and chimichurri all from one bunch of parsley. That's a wrap on our first episode of the ingredient deep dive series. So please let me know what you think in the comments, what you want to hear more of. Next week, I'm going to be pulling from the question box I did in my story. As always, if you have any ingredients that you want me to highlight, please put them in the comments, and I promise I will do it.